Stop the recording. I'm going to. Yep. Okay, I'm recording. Okay, good.
So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah. We're on. We're good.
okay. Welcome to another episode of What the Hell Kind of Life Is This for Anybody to Lead the Archimage Stories?
That is such a long title.
I agree, but it describes it perfectly. So, since we just got done playing Spider-Man, wait, what was the name of the Spider-Man game, Zed?
Marvel
It's
Spider-Man.
just Marvel Spider-Man.
Oh, well, that's simple enough. I decided, you know what? This is a great opportunity to tell about my experience in New York.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is fun. So I went on when I went to New York, I was with my folks. You know, we were going on a family vacation. My folks, my little brother. So we get there and we decide, go to Broadway, look around Times Square, everything. And while I'm looking around, admittedly not really paying attention, this dude dressed up as Spider-Man comes behind me, pushes me into a pole, slamming me into it while he does it, reaches in my pocket trying to steal my wallet, and then runs off. Now, he actually didn't get my wallet because he reached into my left-hand pocket because I guess he thought I was left-handed, which, to be fair, I was using my left hand at the time. I run after him and I just lose him in a sea of Spider-Man because that stupid Spider-Man Broadway show was playing. I couldn't tell which one was which. But yeah, Spider-Man tried to mug me in my first day in New York. Thoughts?
You are the only person I know who can go to New York and get mugged by Spider-Man. I told my manager that story, and he was at a loss for words. He's like, I don't even know how to begin to describe that.
I know. To be fair, it wasn't the real Spider-Man. I don't think. Maybe. Zed, comment?
If it was, he would have then proceeded to shoot a web up and pull himself away and escape that way.
Maybe that's how I lost him.
I mean, did you see someone fly upwards?
I was smacked into a pole, okay? I was lucky I saw him running away at all. You know, it was one of the light fixtures outside.
Uh-huh.
Which, by the way, that hurt. So I was a little annoyed. But yeah, so that was my first day in New York. A lot of fun. The next day after that, we decided to, tone things down a bit, go on a nice leisurely walk. So we actually took a tour. I know. It was a nice thought, though. But we took a tour of New York's Irish neighborhood, where they told us some of the history. We got to see a part of a building that was still blackened from a large fire, and just going over some of the Irish neighborhoods and what they went through. And then we came to a small little park, not Central Park, but like a very small little park that's scattered around New York. It had a little bit of grass and like a tennis court, right? Good place to play around. There were a few people there. We were about to walk in. All of a sudden, these two paddy wagons pull up, and about 6 policemen, armed with shotguns and wearing body armor and full riot gear, jump out of the paddy wagon, and all of them surround this one guy who's sitting peacefully on a bench with a satchel. And all of them have the shotguns pointed at him, just like, don't move, freeze, stop. We're like, what the hell's going on here? And we didn't actually get to see because, all the little kids with us are screaming and jumping for joy, and the tour guide's like, and we're moving on, and we're moving on. The dude was perfectly calm. Like, way too calm now that I think about it. Thoughts, questions?
I'm just thinking of the fact that probably someone called the bomb threat in with that guy or something, if I had to take a guess. But, I'm also just thinking of the fact of when you said paddy wagon pull up, I'm imagining the old 1950s Irish cops paddy wagon just pulling up. Just the biggest cliche of all time.
No, they were actually big white police vans.
Don't ruin my image of paddy.
That's an image you want going to New York.
Yes.
Really, is that what you'd like to see going to New York?
The old-fashioned, just paddy wagons, yes.
That's not something to hope for going to New York. At all. Zed.
Nah.
So yeah, that was day 2. A lot of fun. Then on day 3, again, just walking around, trying not to have anything crappy happen. And this one was actually kind of funny, so I'm not sure it's necessarily bad, but we accidentally walked onto, well, by we, I mean mostly me, because, my family decided to stop and look directions, and I just kept walking, looking at the buildings. And I accidentally walked onto the set of 30 Rock while they were shooting.
Oh.
Ran into Tina Fey. She was nice about it, but I feel bad because I had absolutely no clue who Tina Fey was. At all. She was nice, but I think she knew that I didn't have a clue who she was, because I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Then looking around and like going, what's going on? And they're like, we're filming 30 Rock. I'm just like, what? 30 Rock? The TV show? Sorry. Never heard of it.
30 Rock or Third Rock from the Sun?
No, 30 Rock.
Okay.
It was a show with Tina Fey in it. But yeah, later on, when I went and told my friends about this story, one of them actually goes up and like grabs their phone and like shows me a picture of Tina Fey, and she's like, she goes, "Is this the woman you ran into?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's her." And she's like, "Archimage, that's Tina Fey." I'm just like, who? Tina Fey? Oh. She hated me after that because she was a huge Tina Fey fan, and she was just so pissed off that, I actually ran into her, and not only do I not care, I didn't even know who she was.
To be fair,
I still don't really know
I
who she
still
was.
don't know. I can't even remember. I never saw that TV series, so.
Neither did I. Like, I only learned about it from people telling me later. So that was fun. My parents thought it was hilarious. Apparently, they actually did know who Tina Fey and 30 Rock was. So, but they thought it was funnier me not knowing. Thanks, Mom, Dad. Appreciate it. So that was day 3. Lots of fun so far. Funny thing about that day, we actually went to the Empire State Building, but we were not allowed to go out onto the balcony because of the high winds. Just as a side note. So, anyway, that brings us to day 4, which was getting rather cold in New York. And we decided to go to the Natural History Museum. And my dad thought it'd be a good idea to kind of get some fresh air, walk through the park. It was a bit chilly, but we had jackets, so there was snow on the ground, and, my little brother wanted to see the snow. So we were having fun, and then halfway through Central Park, this blizzard comes out of nowhere and belts us with snow. We're too far into the park to turn back. It would actually take us longer to turn back, so we press forward into the snow. And of course, I'm wearing a jacket without a hood, and the snow is just pelting my face, my head, everything. We do manage to make it to the museum, and when I get into the museum, you know how when you like get out of a rainstorm, first thing you kind of do is like you just push your hair back, running your fingers through your hair.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I found that so much snow had collected into my hair, and it was so cold that it actually froze into one solid mass. So my hair was literally frozen, and then I got to spend the rest of the museum trip having my hair melt and having that cold water trickle down my spine drop by drop.
God dang.
Yeah. Since then, to this day, I do not complain about the cold, because anytime I'm in a cold place, anytime it gets cold, I just go, I have been colder. So that's the one consolation I get from that. Thoughts, questions?
Just.
No comment?
I mean, coming from where we are, I mean, I can understand from the state. We live closer to the south part of the United States, so cold,
We are used
freezing
to warmer
weather.
temperatures.
Yeah, we don't know cold weather down here.
No, we do not. So that was fun, and then day 5, which was the last day of my weird experiences with New York, and This one was nuts. So everybody's heard the stories and rumors of like subway muggings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know them. And I'm not gonna lie, that thought was in our head too. So when this happened, so we were in the subway. There were like two other people in the subway. We were right in New York, and my dad was looking at the map with my mom, trying to figure out where we're going. My brother, I think, was just sleeping, and I was sitting minding my own business. Then we come to a stop, the doors open, and these five guys walk in. Now, these are big guys. They're about in between 6 foot and 6'2". They're not dressed quite homeless, but they're not in like very like warm clothes or anything. They're wearing shirts, pants, kind of normal looking, but kind of dangerous looking too. And that there's people from every race, black, Asian, white, all together. They get up and they go to the very front of the subway car and they don't sit down. They huddle around one of the poles and they just kind of stare at all of us. Now, out of curiosity, if with this scene I've just painted, what would you guys be thinking?
I gotta get my cane close to me.
Zed?
Sorry, what was the question?
Based on the scenario that I just described, what thought would be going through your head right now?
Okay, so five fairly big guys walk out of a subway car and they all huddle around what?
They huddle around this one pole inside the subway car that, we're in. They don't sit down. They just huddle around this one pole at the front of the subway car, and they're all staring down at all of us.
Okay.
And, like, these are big guys, so they're
Do
like...
they look homeless or no?
It's in between.
Kind
Kind of like how Shadow R. Fox dresses.
Okay.
Sorry.
So they do look homeless. You said they didn't look homeless. I dress like a homeless person, so they do look homeless.
Okay. All right. Yes, they look decently homeless, and like they
Okay,
could.
if they look decently homeless, I'm not gonna lie. If I saw that, I would just think, are they all taking a piss?
Well, they're facing you.
Yeah,
You think that changes my answer?
The question still stands. The statement.
Fair enough. And bear in mind, they're big guys. They're like linebackers.
Okay.
So so that's the scenario, right?
Mhm.
So my thought is like, okay, I'm thinking subway mugging. So I'm actually like slowly inching up, and I'm reaching for my pocket knife, because the doors haven't closed yet. But I've got bad thoughts going in my head. So I'm like slowly getting out of my chair, very trying to be as stealth as I can while grabbing my knife. Then as soon as the doors close, the guy there were about five of them. The guy in the middle comes up, grabs the pole, and he knocks on it 3 times with his knuckles. And then he shouts out, "Everybody listen up, because your lives just got better." And then all 5 of them started singing Amazing Grace. They were a volunteer barbershop quartet collecting money for a charity.
I remember you
Yeah,
telling me
that
this
sounds
one.
about right.
I'm not gonna lie, I plopped in my seat when they started singing. They started saying, just like, what? And I could tell from the others, like, everybody was just shocked. They're going, what is going on here? And to be fair, they were really good. Like, they were good singers. And then afterwards, they passed a hat around saying, donate if you can. If not, just tell us, did you like the show? And I gave him $1. That's what I had. I'm like,
So they did mug you. All I heard was you did get mugged.
really? That's how you take that story?
Yeah, you ended up giving money away.
There is such a thing as charity, Shadow R. Fox.
So
All I
mugging.
heard was money leaving.
I mean,
So-
all charity is guilt mugging.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
mug
thought.
your
That's what-
consciousness and leave your consciousness in a bloody pile of guilt.
Shadow R. Fox, consciousness is being awake. Conscience is what they're mugging.
That too.
Okay. I don't even know where to begin on how many things are wrong with that statement. Like, seriously, where am I supposed to begin with that?
mean, you got mugged. First by Spider-Man, and now by by a barbershop group.
So your comment is the barbershop group was more effective?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most charities
So-
are. You telling me a church isn't more effective than a group of gang members? Yeah. One's always guaranteed to get money.
I hate that I can't dispute that.
You cannot argue with that logic.
Damn, I can't dispute that!
One's always guaranteed to get money. The other's not always guaranteed.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
you're welcome for the Spider-Man stuff because I'm getting rid of all the Spider-Cop dialogue.
Oh, you're going through, I guess, the first Fisk hideout.
No, I got all the towers for the map.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, that was my 5-day trip to New York. And some of the fun things that happened. Which I don't think that took very long. Like, what, haven't we still got like 10 minutes of this section left?
14 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
14 minutes. Okay, then I'll go over some unrelated stories then because, like, they're ones that don't really fit anywhere, but they're kind of fun.
Okay.
I'll leave you guys decide which one. I've got 3 ones. I don't know how long. Okay, so I'll give you 3 to start with. One that I call the tennis escapades or Boy Scout times. Boy Scout times is nothing dirty.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, are you sure about that?
Yes, it's just my time in the Boy Scouts. Get your minds out of the gutter.
My mind only exists in the gutter. I don't know what you're talking.
You're not helping. All right, tennis escapades or, Boy Scout adventures.
They both sound
no, that
dirty.
sounds worse. No, that sounds worse.
Like they both
Neither
sound
are
like,
dirty.
I'm sorry, Archimage, they both sound like the beginning 2 bad porno flicks. It's the what was the first one? Boy Scout escapades?
Tennis escapades.
Tennis escapade. Oh. Okay.
That's just as bad.
Neither are dirty.
Well, damn it. Take all the fun out of it. I
Do you
guess
really want to hear a dirty story with me and do not answer that question? Not answer that goddamn question.
I knew that one was
I caught it too late. I
caught it
apologize.
too late.
Zed, which one would you rather hear?
I can't think of anything good. Just tell the Boy Scout one because I think I know what that's going to involve.
Okay, so this was 2 things that happened to me in Boy Scouts that most people just go seriously. Thanks to Boy Scouts, I can say a lot of horrible things, but one of them is the fact that I have fallen over a waterfall, which was fun. So with that one, it was during our canoe test. We were trying to get our canoe badge or something. I don't remember. Some stupid Boy Scout thing. So we had 2 scouts, 2 8-year-old scouts to a canoe, and then 1 Eagle Scout. And the Eagle Scout was in charge of, us. Direct us where to go, etc. So our Eagle Scout wanted to show off, and he was going to show off by taking a shortcut to the rendezvous point where the end would go, and we proved, hey, we've earned our badge. So he takes us on said shortcut. The shortcut was over a bloody waterfall, which he didn't know because he didn't study the map well enough. So if you can imagine us going towards it, suddenly realizing that there's a waterfall, and not gonna lie, at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was paddling furiously trying to get away from the waterfall, but at some point I'm just like, and we're over. Now, to be fair, it was only a 2-story waterfall, and we did miss the rocks. But this was the part that pissed me off. After we did, the Eagle Scout blamed it on us. Like, seriously?
Yeah, of course.
How?
He said that we didn't follow his directions.
Of going off a cliff?
Yes. That we were the ones who got lost because we didn't listen to him and wanted to take the shortcut.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, we pushed him into the water later. Thoughts? Questions?
Would have been better off with a dirty story.
Thanks.
Sorry.
So, this is why I'm not afraid of waterfalls, because as it turns out, you can survive falling off one if you manage to miss the rocks. Which we did. So, good to know. And you two know someone who fell off a waterfall. Do you feel more complete now?
I was hoping that anybody I met who went off a waterfall went off via a barrel.
It's not Niagara Falls, Shadow. So I'm not crazy enough to do that.
Damn it.
And you know, most of the barrels are actually like high-tech survival things, right?
I'm imagining just a wooden barrel.
I'm not going over Niagara Falls in a wooden barrel,
I
okay?
never
I'm
said.
crazy. I'm
I
not
never said
stupid.
it had to be Niagara Fall. I just said a waterfall in a wooden
I'm
barrel.
not going over a waterfall in a barrel. Tell you what, you go first and I'll follow.
Mm,
Seriously, you would consider going over
I mean,
a waterfall
this
in
is
a
one of
barrel just to force me to do it?
if I can choose a waterfall,
Wow.
it's just gonna be like a little foot, just a little, a little 1 foot off the ground waterfall. I bet I would still get injured going off of that.
Yeah, when the barrel rolls down the hill. Okay, and the final piece of it, well, the final piece that I think I'll tell because I think we'll just have enough time for this, is why I'm not afraid of snakes. Is because on 2 separate occasions in Boy Scouts, I found rattlesnakes inside my sleeping bag. And how did I find them? Well, the first time I found said rattlesnake by climbing into the sleeping bag and accidentally putting my foot on top of its head. Now, you're probably wondering how I managed not to get bitten.
Yeah.
The answer is when I pushed my foot down, I pushed it down onto the rattlesnake's head and pushed it into the bag so he couldn't bite me. That's when I heard the rattle and then got the hell out of the sleeping bag. He was not happy to see me.
I imagine not.
And that happened on 2 separate occasions. So, do you all want to go camping now?
I never wanted to go. Well, unless
Sure,
I'm going
sounds
in my
fun.
backyard.
Zed, you're up for camping?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, curiosity. What would you two do in those situations?
Which one? The kayaking or the water? Or the snake?
Both. Waterfall first, snake second.
Waterfall, easy. I wouldn't be in the damn boat.
Really? That's your answer?
Yeah, I don't like swimming. Why the hell? I've never taken a cruise before, and that's why. That's like a death trap on water.
I was in a canoe, Shadow R Fox.
That's even worse. I
I
mean,
wasn't in the middle of the ocean. I was on a river.
that's still a moving water. That's no.
Really? That's your take of it?
Look, it took me a while to get past fucking showers and moving water. Okay, I sure as shit not gonna get near a river.
What, you just took baths until what?
Yes.
Zed, what is your sane take on that?
I mean, I don't know.
You got nothing?
I got nothing. You want me to operate, and I'm operating on like 5%, dude.
Okay, so that's how Shadow
I
R...
can't. My witty remarks are gone.
Gotcha, but we now know how Shadow R Fox would react to the canoe. He would just not be in it in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the
all
snake?
because it took him forever to get over showers have moving water.
Honestly, learn to swim.
Hey, I know how to swim.
So what was your first reaction when you were stuck out in the rain?
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck! Water falling from the sky. Fucking world coming to an end.
Wow. Wait a minute. I thought you said you didn't know how to swim.
I know how to swim, but I don't know how to swim well.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
the same with me. I
Like-
can swim, but I don't guarantee it'll be good.
Let me put it this way.
Okay.
I know the fundamental behind swimming. I know how it's supposed to function. I know the body movement. I know what you're supposed to do. But when it comes to floating, I swear you can put me in the Dead Sea and I will go down like a rock. I shit you not. While I was being taught how to swim at a community pool and I had the wings on and an inner tube, everything went under the water with me.
Wings.
Yeah, the little wings that you put on your arms. Those little floaters you put on your arms. Water wings?
Yeah.
Have you never seen them, Archimage?
No.
So,
Wait, floaters to learn to swim?
yeah. So you can float, so you don't have to,
No, my dad just put me in the water and then like let me try and swim and then held me up when I
Okay,
got
well,
too
you know
deep.
what inner tube look like?
Yeah.
Okay, it's basically inner tubes that are small enough to wrap around your arms.
That's supposed to help?
It's supposed
Yeah.
to help keep you afloat.
Wouldn't that make swimming harder?
It makes
No.
swimming harder, but it's not so much to make swimming easier. It's supposed to help keep you afloat so you can be calm, so you can float on your own.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's the other thing. You can float easily, right? You don't even
I
think
mean-
about it. You just start floating.
Well, yeah. To be
I have
fair,
to
though-
think about it.
Oh, okay. Bear in mind, I spent a few years training with a swim team, so
Okay, so, well, you got good memory. You can probably remember the first time you went into a large body of water that you couldn't put your feet down in.
yeah.
So, instinctually, did your mind go to stay afloat in the water, or did it go to get my feet down to the bottom so I can stand up?
Float in the water, like like a normal person.
Well, see, I didn't think float in the water. My body instinctively go, okay, I gotta put my feet down.
Seriously?
Yes. It's still like that to this day.
Like I want to put my feet down, but I'm like, swim to the other side where you can put your feet down.
Like, oh man, I gotta will myself to make my body float. Like, going into a large body of water, I have to consciously think and remain calm so my body will try to float. Otherwise, it tries to sink to the ground so I can walk to a clearing.
Well, there you go. So you're not a beach person then, huh?
Oh, hell no, I hate the beach.
Yeah, to be fair, I do too.
But again, I hate any body of water. I cannot stand swimming. I hate the thought of water being in my eyes. It drives me crazy. That's part of the reason I hated showers, was because, most of the time the shower head it aimed upward, so it's water going straight to your face half the time.
Oh, okay, that might be a thing because I have my height. I have to bend down for that.
Yeah, see, for mine, most of the time the shower head is aimed upward for most people, so it's hitting them in the head. I got mine aimed downward, so it's hitting me in my chest when I instantly get into the shower. But that was one thing I hated about showers. I can't stand water getting into my eyes, so it irritate me. My eyes get dried out extremely fast from water. So,
Yeah, don't worry. My eyes are the same way. I always wore goggles whenever I went in the pool or anything.
yeah, like just getting water in my eye. Like I know some people say wet your eyes so you get water. I'm like, no, you gotta use eye drops because regular water dries your eyes out quickly.
It really does.
So
Okay, good to know. And I think we're going over the time now. But final thing.
we got 40 seconds.
Okay, well, final thing. What would you do with the snakes?
Oh, snakes? Probably eat them.
Dinner.
Seriously,
How
you
did I know?
you find rattlesnakes in your sleeping bag, and your thought is dinner.
Yes.
Really, your thought is not, holy crap, rattlesnakes?
I mean, as poisonous as they can be, they're not as bad as water snakes.
True, but there are rattlesnakes in your sleeping bag.
Well, yeah,
I'm
I
like
know where they are.
unequivocal.
I would if they didn't bite me on the initial time of me getting my sleeping bag, I would quickly get out, close my sleeping bag, and hit it against a tree multiple times.
Well, I grabbed a flashlight, but yeah.
I'm not about to hit. I don't trust my sleeping bag that much to not trust their fangs to go through it, but I do trust myself to hit them up against a tree enough time to crack their skulls or at least knock them out enough to get them out of the sleeping bag.
That's fair.
But then
But
again,
I didn't think about eating the dead snake.
I mean, you can skin them pretty quickly, so.
Okay. I'm like 9 at the time. I'm not thinking about skinning and eating a snake.
Snake is pretty good.
I'm thinking, holy crap, there was a snake in my sleeping bag.
See, maybe that's why my dad's country, so eating like rabbits and snakes are kind of normal to me.
Okay. I can understand like that, but like, there was a rattlesnake in your sleeping bag. That's how you're gonna react. Dinner,
Kind of. I mean,
snake and eggs for breakfast.
eat or be eaten.
Well, yeah, I mean, if there were the snake eggs nearby, just eat those.
Yeah, you got like a full course meal now.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay. Well, that should do it. That was another rendition of Archimage's stories. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Uh...
Okay, I'll stop the recording.